Welcome to PAX Orientation for the Virtual World. This is a panel that we've done for a lot of years, and we've always done it live. So this is a little bit different for us, but we thought that it was really important to continue it on to see if we could really help people get the most out of this virtual PAX. This is new for all of us. I've done a couple of virtual cons since quarantine started, but like 2, and we definitely
So you're basically a pro.
I'm a vet, yeah. I've done a ton of PAXs, as all of us have. And so I think that what we really want to do is just set everybody up for the opportunity to kind of have a good virtual con.
Sounds good.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first thing that we wanted to do was to talk about this hashtag. We're going to have a hashtag new PAX friends. We will be tweeting under it during this panel. This panel is pre-recorded, but we will be around during this panel and throughout PAX. And you all should use this hashtag too, so that you can connect with people, you can meet new people, you can find other people that you might not have run into. You know, usually at PAX, you can meet somebody online for waiting to play a demo, or at this panel, we do a fun mixer, usually at the end of the panel, where we make you do a paper airplane fight and find the person with your paper airplane.
You can still make a paper airplane at the end of this panel, should you choose.
It's only ended in fistfights like 3 times. It's totally fine.
And they were always friends after that, because the best friendships start with a fist fight.
I mean,
absolutely. Feel free to fist fight yourself if you would allow. Yeah.
it's all, you know, just channel some Fight Club. It'll be great. So all of that said, I would like for our panel to introduce ourselves. So let's start with Cissy.
Cool. Hey, I'm Cissy Jones. I'm a voice actress. You may have heard me in such games as Firewatch and Destiny 2 and Life is Strange and The Walking Dead and other stuff. And most recently on The Owl House on Disney Plus, coming to Disney Plus soon, as Lilith. And this Miellyn here, who you're going to get a full intro to in just a minute, brought me to my first ever PAX, 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. It feels like
probably
a lifetime, Cissy.
It does. Anyway, I'm super happy to be here and super happy to keep PAX going.
Yay.
Okay, Ash, you've just nominated yourself to go next.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ash. I'm a video game community manager. I've worked on games like Titanfall Assault and Dungeons and Dragons, Sword Coast Legends, and Dominations, and a few other games. Currently working on a game called Hades Star, which is super fun. I also do a podcast. It's about to have its 10th year anniversary, which is ridiculous, called Rated NA for the website nerdappropriate.com. I've been going to PAX a long time. I love it. I've met some of my best friends in the world at PAX and couldn't imagine not going to it. And so now I get to do it virtually, which is pretty cool.
Okay, Carmen.
Hey everyone, my name is Carmen Askerneese. I'm a game writer. I am currently writing on an unannounced project, previously on Simpsons, Madden, NBA Live, and I'm also a dungeon master for a tabletop actual play show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you ever need another person, please let me know.
I will let you know.
Please
awesome.
do.
Hey, hashtag new PAX friends.
Yeah, there we go.
Ash, don't threaten. That'll be amazing. Okay, Erin.
Hi, everyone. I'm Erin Fusco. I'm known as America's best friend, mostly just to my best friends, which is now all of you. And I've been going to PAX as an exhibitor first and as an attendee, but this is also my first virtual PAX, as it is for everyone. And so, yeah, I used to work for a little company called Think Geek, and now I am part of Carmen's awesome D&D actual play show, which should be out soon. So that's very exciting. I'm happy to be here. Hopefully we can all have some tips and tricks to share with you guys. And I'm throwing it back to Miellyn.
Okay, and I am Miellyn Fitzwater Barrows. I have been coming to PAX for a long time. I have put on a lot of panels at PAX. And I am a writer and producer. I've written and produced some indie games and also worked in television and marketing. So I've been around the block a few times here. So thank you all for joining me. This is like these are some of my favorite people. And I will say that everybody except for Erin are people that I have met through PAX.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
And it is crazy, but it's amazing. Yeah. And part of it, I mean, and I met Ash and Cissy on Twitter, but because we kind of like knew each other from PAX. And that's part of the thing, the idea of like what we want to let you all know, that it might feel intimidating or weird because it's like you don't know people, but that's the kind of the idea of this hashtag too, is that like you don't have to know people. If somebody else is using this hashtag, they want to connect. And the other thing that you can do to kind of reach out and connect with people is just tweet about PAX while it's happening, and use the PAX hashtags too, because I've definitely, like, even when I wasn't using hashtags, but I was tweeting about stuff that was happening at PAX, I've met people, I've met game devs, I've met writers, I've met actors, I've met all kinds of people because, you know, I was talking about their stuff and they wanted to talk about it, or other fans. And so it's a really great tool to kind of reach out. So the first thing that we wanted to talk about is I want you all to talk to me about what the PAX community means to you.
I'll start. I mean, it's interesting because it's, you know, back when it was in person, it could be a very overwhelming experience. There were, you know, upwards of 50, 60, 70,000 people all in the same place at the same time. I don't even know how big it got, how big West got, or
I think 80,000 was
it was
the last.
80,000. Yeah. I mean, it can be large and overwhelming, but it's interesting because it's, I've also not really experienced a lot of the negativity that had been floating around the web this year at a PAX myself. Like, I always heard stories that, you know, things were going on, but at the same time, it's like, for me, it was always a very wonderful experience filled with real positive people and real creative people. And it was one of the few places you could go to speak to the developers that you really admired. And that was something that I really always really appreciated about PAX, was the fact that it was just a wonderful place to rub elbows with like-minded people and just sharing the experience and love of video games. So
yeah, for sure. I think that, like, I started going to PAX in maybe 2015, something like that, at first just as a fan. And then when I became a developer, having the chance to network with other developers, hang out with my friends, and really have an experience celebrating the industry and this community that we have is something that I haven't really found at other cons. Like, I think that the vibe and the feeling of the community of PAX is very welcoming. And I think that other cons like GDC are a little more business focused, and I think that you can really connect with people and make new friends at PAXs.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, I mean, I think the first one I went to was in 2016, so that was when Firewatch came out. But I have never felt anything other than open-armed, you know, great big bear hug, like, from everybody. It's just been, PAX is a wonderful, supportive, kind, inclusive, legitimate, cares about the people that are there type of event. And it comes from the top down, all the people that put it on to all the people that attend. It's just, it's an incredible group of people, always.
Yeah, and for the first few years that I went to PAX, I was an exhibitor, so I was trapped in a booth. And even then, the experience was always my favorite cons. PAX was always my favorite cons to go to because everyone was so excited to be there. Everyone wanted to talk to you about the stuff you all love. Like, we were selling video game merch, so people were like, oh, let me see that Zelda backpack, and we could talk about Zelda for a bit. And then as an attendee, the same thing. It's just like you can feel the love of everyone that's around you, and everyone's excited. And everyone wants to make connections and, like, make new friends. And as Miellyn said, I met half the people on this call at a PAX. So it is important to me, too, because now I have a bunch of new friends.
Best friends.
Best friends.
Hashtag new
The other
PAX
thing,
friends.
hashtag. The other thing I really want to highlight about PAX that I've always loved is the attention that they give to indies. With the indie mega booth and the panels that they give to indie developers and things like that. I love working in indie games as a voice actor, and so being able to go on the show floor and see what people are making and what's coming out, and where narrative is going and all of that. It's there's such a bigger focus on it at PAX than there is at any other convention I've been to. And it's really special. It's really, really cool.
It is really cool. And I will say that they are working on a project that's going to let you download and demo games. They're trying to, as I mentioned before, this is pre-recorded. So PAX hasn't started for us yet. So we're still waiting to see exactly how they're able to do this. But they are working on making it so you can play demos, which is one of the best things. And also trying to capture some of the expo hall.
I really hope there's a virtual queue to play them, like 3 hours for AAA. You just have to
Line
wait.
ends here.
Yeah. You get
The
like
line was
10
here.
minutes.
The lines were so long.
A random chance of like contracting something terrible, like a dart will hit you with just germs.
Well, that's the one thing that's better about the virtual con in
Right.
some ways, because you don't have to worry about con crud, which is, in my experience, something we talk a lot about
it's
on
real.
this panel.
Yeah.
Just wash
Yes.
your hands, stay 6
Yes.
feet away from people,
I think
except
the
that
whole
But now just
world
do that
learned
in life.
right? Yeah, I mean the whole world learned that this year. It's like, oh, we should have been doing this for a very long time.
Well, and we did this panel at PAX right before everything
PAX
happened
East.
at PAX
Yeah.
East. And we were all talking about that, like wash your hands and like,
Don't hug people.
yeah, it's really hard not to hug people.
Hugs.
I know, hugs. So everybody grab a pillow and just like hug it and just know it won't give you germs, hopefully.
I've been playing Spirit Fair, and you can hug everyone on your boat in that game, and I abuse that hug system. I'm just like, I wish that were me.
Yeah,
That's
that game
great.
slaps. It's so good. Yeah, but going to PAX and waiting in lines like normally is part of the experience.
No, it is.
So I think that, while you're waiting in lines, sometimes you can meet new friends. There were some people that I met waiting in line to play something. I don't even remember what at PAX East.
Really left an impression.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Well, that's because it wasn't
He
about
remembers the
game.
friends.
It was
Yep.
about the friends I made along
It's
the way.
about the friendships.
And I
That's
still
right.
talk to those people.
Hashtag new PAX friends.
That's
yeah.
right.
So if there are digital cues, just make some new friends.
That's cool.
That'd be the
But-
worst thing for them to implement.
I know. That would be amazing. But we do want to recommend, like, try to find the demos, try to find the announcements. Those are things that you wouldn't naturally know to look for. Definitely look for the indies. And the indies need our love more this year than ever.
Yeah, man.
Because it is hard. Like they like at a normal PAX would be there working their booth, talking to people. If you play a demo for a game that was made by an indie, tweet at that indie developer because they definitely want to talk to you. They definitely want to, connect with fans and connect with people who are interested in what they're doing because they spend a lot of time on their own. They're usually really small teams and they spend a lot as somebody who's worked as an indie developer. It's very solitary and it's very like hard to know, are you doing the right thing? What is, is anybody going to get it?
And it's something you pour your heart and soul into. So to get feedback at all is always really, hopefully it's good feedback.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that you're not just sending it out into a void.
Yes.
So find their social and then also find out if they have a Discord because so much of indie games now is creating their community on a Discord. So that's one way to find hashtag new PAX friends immediately is like you play the demo for a game, you join their Discord and you're already in there with a bunch of people who have had the same experience as you.
Pretty cool. I mean,
That's
it's
great.
amazing how just in general since March when all of this bad stuff happened, how everything has had to switch to virtual, including, businesses and meetings and just everything. It's very interesting to see how the industry itself is pivoting and moving, demos to an online space. And how do you recreate an experience like PAX virtually I think that remains to be seen what we're actually going to see. But I think the fact that they're still doing all these panels and they're still trying to, make everything inclusive and fun for everyone and really show off what they can is really important, because these demos are huge for especially smaller developers. I mean, this is the only time all year they get to show their games to a large population after working for years and years and years, like Miellyn said, all alone. All alone inside their little studio or inside their houses, and then they finally get to show off the game and talk to people. So hopefully there is some back and forth going on within the PAX community and the developers as well during this event.
I think so. And, and it's 9 days. So this is the first day of PAX. You have a lot of time. You have a lot of panels to check out. They're going to have 24 hours of programming for all 9 days, which is so incredible. And definitely seek out panels that you like look ahead and see where the panels are that you might want to see, but also just kind of pop in, because you never know what you might kind of stumble across because you come across something that you hadn't seen, or, you wake up and you can't sleep, because I don't know, I can't sleep. I certainly imagine that a lot of people can't sleep right now, and there might be something cool going on, because I think that they're doing hemisphere stuff. So it'll be really interesting depending on where you are located. So we're like all in the United States, but they're doing Australia and UK. And I think we're all going to have access to all of that programming. So that'll be really great.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm tired thinking about it.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare to program. I can't even imagine.
They are amazing. I always thought they were incredible just being able to do 4 days. But this is like 9, 24 hours a day. So what are you all doing to try to get the most out of your PAX this time when it's virtual?
Well, usually when I go to PAX, I spend so much time just walking on the expo floor or, meeting up with pre-planned, meet and greets or whatever. But this time I think I'm really going to be able to pick apart the schedule and plan things that I actually have time to sit in on and really want to sit in on and be there.
Yeah, I love, selfishly, the main purpose for me for PAX is just to meet fun and interesting people. That's always been why I've gone, and I love games, very, very much, but I love people more. So I love meeting interesting people with interesting stories, and I've met a lot of friends by watching their panels and going up and talking to them after the panel and saying, hey, let's be pals. And it actually works pretty well. So I encourage everyone to watch panels and reach out via social media and just say hi, that you enjoyed and appreciated what they talked about. There can be no harm in that. But that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to watch, I'm going to, like Cissy said, make a schedule this time. Normally I'm too busy running around like a maniac, usually with a microphone in my backpack. Yeah. But this time I'm going to sit in my little lazy boy here and watch a bunch of panels, eat some snacks, and write down people's Twitter handles and tell them that I watched their panel and that they're cool.
So if you are enjoying this panel, tweet at us. I'll be tweeting our info with the hashtag New PAX Friends. And definitely we'll follow you back and we'll engage with you. I think it's at least a good place to start. What's everybody else doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to be watching panels also in the chat, talking to people. And sometimes there are meetups. So, normally those would be around the convention floor at restaurants and places nearby. But I think that there are some virtual ones that are planned. I'm not 100% sure. But you can always check the schedule and also talk to people that you meet as you're chatting amongst folks. Those meetups are really great places to network. They're great places to meet other people who love the games that you love. And sometimes the indie devs will have meet and greets with folks who played their game. So look out for that kind of stuff too, for games that you're enjoying.
Yeah, I'm hoping to play a bunch of games, download them, but also, like Miellyn has said, we're pre-recording this, but PAX promises that there will be a way for you to have other chat rooms and ways to look for other people who want to play games. I'm a big tabletop roleplay fan, which is why I play in Carmen's game. And I'm hoping that maybe I could do some fun one-shots. I played a great game of Vampire at PAX East, which I had never played before. And,
my goodness.
Yeah.
We did.
It was a fantastic experience. Miellyn and Cissy were both in that with me as well. And hopefully
I ate the heart.
She was a vampire. She ate a heart. It was not good.
It's what my character would have done, though. I don't know if it was the right thing to. I'm still not sure it was the right thing to do. Kahana Gaming did this for us, and it was like the best. Anyway, go ahead.
You followed your heart. What can you say?
I know.
Yeah. Her heart said, "Eat the heart." Yeah.
My character was very hungry. Okay.
That's exactly what you would do in real life. Let's be honest. If you were a vampire, you'd eat the hell out of some hearts.
I mean, if I was a vampire, isn't that kind of your point? Anyway. Yes.
So my point is, I'm hoping to recreate a similar experience. Try out some new games. Find some awesome people to play. Eat some hearts.
Basic blood sport. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
It's good. It's normal. Well, yes.
I've also got another panel I'm running as well too, but we can mention that at the end.
Yes, we will. We will definitely be telling you about some panels at the end.
Yeah,
tabletop will be interesting, and I'm sure, so at a normal PAX, you can go and sign up to play tabletop games. I'm sure that that's going to be an option as well. And it is funny because I'm in that same game that Erin's in, that Carmen's running, and I'm only in that because I met Carmen randomly at PAX in February, and Erin's in it because I brought her with me to the tabletop game.
And I only met Miellyn because I met Cissy on Twitter, and I met her at PAX. So,
Hashtag new PAX friends.
There you go. That's how it
And I only met Miellyn because I met Ash on Twitter.
That's right.
That's right.
Everything's connected.
Full
It's a circle of life.
Yeah. Who knows
Totally
Kevin
true.
Bacon?
Oh, he's my dad, actually. Yeah.
I tweeted Cissy totally cry gushing about Delilah. I was like, Cissy, you have to be my friend. You made me cry.
And then I
You're like,
tweeted,
all right, I'll be.
and then I just tweeted about Delilah because I was obsessed, and I was like, Ash, the woman who played Delilah favorited my tweet. He's like, I totally know her. I bet you she would do your panel. And I was like, what?
Besties.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. I was like, this is an awkward hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, here we are.
Twitter's great.
Yeah.
It's the magic of PAX. That's what it's all about. It really
Heyo.
is.
Yeah. So what other ideas? I'm trying to think of what other things that people could do to really get the most out of this.
Well, I mean, I think they're still going to be doing the PAX 10. They'll still be doing that. They'll still be doing the Omegathon as well.
Can you explain what the PAX 10 and the Omegathon are?
So the Omegathon is a endurance match, if you will, of game playing that takes place over the course of the entire weekend. So what'll happen is they'll pit a bunch of players from all over the world against one another in a series of video game challenges, like speed runs of games or matches of Street Fighter, Call of Duty. Basically, any game you can think of can be thrown into the Omegathon, and then it usually ends with one person coming out on top and being the Omegathon winner for the year. But it's really cool. I mean, they when you go to PAX, they have a big board up in the main room when you walk in, and it shows who everybody is and where they're from. And then every day that someone is eliminated, they put a big X over their head, and you get to see where they go in the next round. And there's places you can watch the Omegathon occur. So I'm assuming, this is bad to assume things, that they're going to still be doing it this year virtually. I don't know why they would not, because it is sort of a big part of PAX. And the PAX 10 is sort of
Wait, can I guess?
Yes.
It's when you eat so much junk food over the weekend of PAX, you gain 10 pounds.
Yeah. That's very true. The saddest part about PAX this year is I finally, after almost going for a decade, I know all the best restaurants in all the PAX cities. And it's I look forward to it so much. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to go to that. Damn it, can't go to that pizza place this year.
Okay, so food is an important part of this, though. I think that before you get into the PAX 10, what the real PAX 10 is, I do think that making sure you have snacks and drinks to really, but I'm saying eat bad food, because that's one big thing about PAX. Drink way too much coffee. Eat
and alcohol at night.
alcohol at night. If you
Go big.
if you want. And then also just like candy, like can you buy some of that movie theater candy that they always sell in the concession place and the main
Raisinets.
lobby of the, yeah, get some, like I think like online. So this is the first day, right? You've got 9 days. You can order some stuff quick, have some food delivered that's like real bad. And also
Just
like
destroy your body. Yeah.
just destroy your body, because that PAX is all about destroying your body.
But also maybe order food if you've been really good this pandemic and you're staying inside and doing a lot more cooking, which I have as well. Maybe order some food and some takeout from some local businesses, because PAX is really good for the like local economies of like Seattle and Boston or wherever PAX may be held. So like give back to your community and order from some small restaurants, some local restaurants, and then you don't feel bad because you're like, this is part of the PAX experience, and you're giving back to your community.
100%.
Yeah. If you're a fan of PAX South and you can't go to the Riverwalk, just turn on the faucet while you eat food.
There you go. And you should definitely order some pizza and then let it get cold before you eat it, because like
right, let it sit out on the counter overnight and then eat it the next day.
Because you can't, first of all, it's really hard to get hot delivery when like 70,000 of your best friends are also ordering delivery at the same time. And also a lot of times you do let it sit out on the counter overnight at the hotel, and then you're like hungry in the morning, you eat some cold pizza and it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
Danger zone.
I don't want to talk about it.
Eat spoiled food. I'm sorry. I'm not advocating to eat spoiled food. Maybe
So
put it in the
PAX 10.
refrigerator.
So what's the PAX 10?
What's the PAX 10?
PAX 10 is a collection of the 10 finger quote best indie games that are available that year at PAX. So they kind of go around and curate 10 of the best indies that they find on the floor, whether that be just in general space or the indie mega booth. They kind of pick 10 of the best ones, and usually some of those, I mean, at least a handful of those will go on to be incredibly successful games because they know what they're doing by now. So keep an eye on the PAX 10, and there's definitely going to be some gems in there. Not to say, honestly, like the last time I went through Mega Booth, which was PAX East, that was this year. Oh my God.
Yeah. It was before. Yeah.
That was like 5 months ago. Yeah.
The last
it was 6
convention
months ago
ever.
and also 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Time.
But everything in the mega booth was fantastic then, and a lot of the indies were just like jaw-droppingly fantastic. So it's not to say that only the PAX 10 is great, but the PAX 10 is really, really fantastic. So keep your eyes peeled for that showcase, because it's usually, I believe, I'm going to probably do this right, I believe it's voted on by industry folk and not just regular community members. I believe it's like industry, a group of peers and industry professionals vote on the PAX 10.
That's really cool. I didn't even know about that. That's awesome.
I didn't either.
Everyone's learning.
They usually, one of my favorite things about PAX is like Acquisitions Incorporated, which is like a live actual play show of D&D. So that's always a lot of fun. I'm not sure if they'll do a remote game or not. And there's also like usually a couple of concerts, which like those concerts are always so good. So yeah.
Uh-oh.
No.
He was just getting into some good stuff. He's going to come back. I know he's going to come back.
I hear him groaning. I think
that was me.
Frozen.
Wait,
he's back.
Carmen, you were so frozen.
I froze? Oh no.
You were like just getting into the good stuff, and then
Okay, you were like
Acquisitions Inc.
Awesome concerts.
Awesome concerts, tabletop shows. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Miellyn fixes in post.
No, this is the reality. If we were on stage, we couldn't fix it. We would just have to go with it.
Yeah, I would freeze up in real life.
Yeah, if Carmen froze on stage, I'd be a little more worried.
But yeah, no, those shows are super fun, and they're a great way to meet new folks who are fans of that stuff also.
Yeah. And if you go to a show, like if you go to see music, like turn out all your lights and dance around your house. Like really try to get into it and enjoy it, because I think that like we wind up getting stuck so much, right? It's like I sit in my chair. I thought I sat in a chair a lot. I really sit in a chair a lot now. So maybe another thing, because another big thing about PAX is actually walking quite far distances, like much further than you would like to walk. And then like a little bit further. And so, and standing for long periods of time. So maybe like stand through some of your
Just
panels.
wear comfortable shoes, get the orthopedics out.
Yeah.
Just, it's fine.
The awesome thing though is we usually recommend that you wear deodorant, but you don't have to.
If you have roommates, I would still recommend it.
I mean, you don't have to.
I mean, at this point, it's been months and you've been stuck inside with that roommate, so like they probably know what you smell like.
Whatever your deal is whatever your deal is. I'm just saying, like, you're not a PAX like in person, so it makes it a little bit better.
I'm still trying to get some steps in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get those steps counted.
Get your steps in, and maybe like do a little bit Ring Fit Adventure as a break, or like some like DDR if you have anything like. I don't know. I was thinking about getting that Zumba for the Switch. Does anybody play the Zumba game for the Switch? Is that any good?
No, I have not.
No clue.
I mean, I don't know.
Is Zumba a dance?
It's like dance aerobics kind of thing, and you hold the Joy-Cons. I don't know.
It's like jazzercise for the new age.
Yes,
probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so
exactly
better music.
We're recording this now. When it's airing live, everyone tweet at Miellyn and say, "Did you buy that Zumba game?" Hashtag new PAX friends. Then we'll know.
There we go.
I know. Should I buy it?
Now you owe to yourself. Yeah, you have to say yes to that question. Yeah.
I know.
You don't have a choice anymore.
The Ring Fit is really fun.
That is good.
You should start your own Zumba Twitch stream.
Oh my god.
By this time,
can you imagine? I don't know how I would get my whole body in the where could I don't have enough space to oh no.
So you have to be in the living room. So you just set up the camera. You go.
It's like okay. Yeah. I'll be like, okay, hit record. Okay, and then like a backup.
Yeah.
This feels bad.
How's everybody in chat doing today?
Yeah.
Everybody mash that like button.
Can figure it out.
Yeah.
You can figure out how to dance on camera.
Thanks for all the bits, everybody. Woo! Not your future.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? The only thing I know at this point is I can't predict my future.
That's true.
That's true.
No one can.
I know.
But you can predict yours. You're going to have a whole bunch of hashtag new PAX friends.
Listen, that'll be awesome. Please, definitely. Now I do. I feel like it's like tweet at us. Tweet if you like that. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below.
Smash that hashtag.
Is that how that works?
I'll see myself out. Thank you.
No, that is my favorite.
Cissy, I've enjoyed our friendship, but unfortunately, we're going to have to part ways.
My
hashtag
kid
lost PAX friends.
Oh. So my kid is like obsessed with watching Let's Plays on like YouTube. Now we've switched him to kids' YouTube. So now they're all kid streamers. And they say the same things though. It's like a 7 or 8 year old who's like, smash the and I'm just like, this is awkward. And then today he came to me and he said, can I do a YouTube video?
Oh.
He's 6. And I was like, what do you want to do it for? And he's like, well, I only have 4 games that I play. And so he wanted to pick a new game that he'd never played, just like they do. They're like, oh, I didn't play this beforehand, so that I was really fresh to play with you guys. But he's 6. I kind of almost want to do it just to see what he does, but I'm afraid because he might be too good at it. And then obviously I'm going to have to put it online, and then he's going to become a streamer, and it's all going to be about YouTube. Erin, does this not track for you?
I'm just wondering if stream moms are going to be the new dance moms.
Oh God!
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
I think so.
Oh God!
Right?
That's a new
Your
reality
subscriber
show.
count is down this week, Charles. Smile.
I mean,
Swallow it.
Swallow but I can make money doing this, right? So.
Oh no. What have we done?
But not at PAX.
No, not at PAX.
Oh, well, we'll see. By the time this panel airs, you probably will already know about me because my kid will be a famous YouTuber.
And you're going to be a famous Zumba streamer. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. You guys can
Yeah.
have a whole reality house where you just stream all day long. Your husband can do like rucksack streaming, like carries around heavy stuff.
Pretty
no
sure
reason.
Pull that
Yeah.
out of nowhere. That's like not that far off from what could happen.
I know. I pay attention.
Oh my god. He's going to be my new PAX friend.
Oh my goodness. I wish that we could talk to you all. Usually at this point in the panel, we get questions. We have people ask about things, or they have like comments, or just anything. And at this point, we can't really do that, which is hard. It's like,
You know what we can do? Not to cut you off, but
No, please.
we can answer some of the questions that we typically would get, because we usually get the same ones.
I can't remember any of them, Ash. So if you've got them on your head, yes, please.
So how about this? I'll role play the people that come up to the mic. Okay.
I am
love
100%
this.
here for
Yeah.
this.
All
Okay.
right, so hold on.
Okay, so now we're going to take questions. Everybody, if you
Yeah.
could line up in the center aisle.
There's
and,
2 microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Line
right.
up.
Oh,
There you
right.
go. Yeah, okay.
Right. I didn't see the other microphone. Thank you, Cissy.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, yes.
Hi,
you.
what's your name?
Hi.
My name's Ash. This is a question for Cissy Jones.
Sir?
Cissy Jones, how do I get into voice acting?
You just have to have a great voice. That's it. Sorry. We do get this question a lot.
We do.
What I will tell you, gentleman, is acting classes, my friend. Find acting classes and take as many as you can. And there's also a website called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com that was put together by the great D. Bradley Baker, who is one of the workingest men in VO, and it is one of the most comprehensive resources of how to get into voiceover, how to get a demo, how to get agents, yaggity, 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 yak. So start there. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Enjoy your show. Enjoy
Thanks,
your
Ash.
PAX.
Nice to meet you.
You're welcome. Do you want more? Should I keep going?
Yeah, do you have more? Do it.
Yeah, hold on. I have to approach the mic again.
Okay.
Hi, this question's for Miellyn. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. My question, you said you worked in indie games. I don't have any money at all. How do I make an indie game?
Well, the good thing is you can do indie games without a whole lot of money. One of the things that I think is amazing about the time that we're living right now is that technology is such that you can make things. And your games don't have to be complicated. And, you can, so figure out what you know how to do, and then try to find other people who know how to do the things you don't know how to do, and see if you can kind of team up and,
Just Voltron it.
Voltron it for sure. Also, I often tell people, like, go to the Indie Mega booth and talk to them, because if you're interested in getting experience, they need help, and, I know that a lot of people say, like, working for experience is difficult and not always recommended, but also sometimes that's the right thing for somebody, and that an indie company is not making any money. They're putting their own money into it. If you want experience, you probably could work with them, and it could be a good thing all the way around. But I really want to hear what Carmen has to say about this, because Carmen is definitely working in this space and doing a lot of interesting things too.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out. Just don't do it.
All right, well, that's our time.
Oh, yeah, great.
Oh, we just got the sign from the enforcers.
But no, if you want to be in games, then definitely making games is the way to do it. I think that depending on whatever your desired discipline is, there are plenty of tutorials out there to help you skill up in those particular disciplines. And going to game jams, meeting people at PAX who are also interested in making games and making demos and projects together is the best way to start to build that portfolio. And once you have that portfolio, then applying to jobs at companies that you like, at indie studios, and getting your foot in the door is the next step after that.
Thank you. Oh, I forgot I was the question guy. Thank you for the great answer. I think that's great advice, and I will take it. Bye.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. Do you have any
Thank you,
more
Dave.
questions? I'm loving this.
Yeah, I can think of one. I have to go down there to think, and then I come back up,
Okay,
and I
okay.
have an answer. This is like
Do
when
we
my
have the
kid asked me
Jeopardy
to tell
theme?
a story. Like my kid, tell me a story. I'm like, give me 10 seconds. Okay, I got a story. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll miss you.
It's like Mad Libs.
Remember when Ash was on this panel?
I mean, this is amazing.
This is good.
This question is for everyone.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Ash.
That's
Mike.
a good name.
Yeah, thanks. No Pokemon jokes, please. So my question is for everyone. What advice would you give to someone who is perhaps walking around PAX? What should I look for? What should I do? It's like your number one recommendation for a PAX goer or standout PAX memory.
You should find a group of people that you want to play a game with and play a game with them. And you get to make new friends. You get to all share in the experience of learning a new game, and you get to have a great time. So go for the looking for games people. There's usually a booth, but now
There's going to be a
virtually
place for it
find
for
them,
sure.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it, but definitely the Indie Mega Booth is like a place that I always try to hit up. That's always interesting, different things. Also, try to figure out like what the big games of PAX are, like the ones that everybody's going to be talking about, because like it's cool. It's like that might not quite be out yet, but there will be really interesting, cool things that they're doing. I'm very excited to see how they're going to do virtual booths. Like at PAX East, right before everything happened, the Animal Crossing booth was bananas. It was
Massive.
so cool.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of money to spend on stuff, and I don't know how it's going to happen this time, but I'm sure that at least there will be some really cool demos. You're going to learn about new things that people won't hear about. Things will be announced early, so like you can definitely go find new stuff.
I would also say one of the things I learned from Miellyn was when you attend a panel, and now that it's virtual, you know, if something is said that really sticks with you, tweet at the person that said it. You know, if this was an IRL PAX, I would say if you see the person walking the show floor, walk up and say, hey, you know, I really loved when you said blah, 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 blah. It really struck with me. It really struck a chord with me. You can do the same thing on Twitter, you know, and it's nice to know that people are actually paying attention to what you said, you know, as a panelist, and then it opens dialogue, right? So do that.
That's really good advice. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ash.
Wait, Carmen, did you have anything to add?
I agree with everything everybody said.
Is that
What
the end
other
of Q&A?
panels are you guys on?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Thank you, questioners.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh yeah, thank you, Ash and Ash and Ash.
Yeah, I'm glad no one had questions for me. That would have been weird.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Hey, actually, hey, wait.
Uh-oh.
Oh, for the back, before you close questions.
Sorry, yeah, we're gonna take one more.
Okay, so if I wanted to have a podcast about gaming, how would I go about doing that?
Okay, how it used to work back in the old days, you used to have to have your show or your, I guess, site be like an LLC or a legitimate business. Then you would apply for a press pass. And then the good news is once you got accepted for a press pass, I think it was you had to have like, I don't know, at least a year's worth of content and certain amount of views, clicks or whatever. Once that happened, you would get put on the press list, which is cool because once you're there for a long time. And that means that all the developers that go to PAX, they all send you emails about what they're going to be showing. And then you have the opportunity to set up appointments and talk to them all. So that's what we did for years and years and years. We did that, I think, within the first year, at the end of the first year that we had our show, which was 9 years ago. We started going as press and met a lot of really great people. And honestly, what we discovered is you don't even really have to do that anymore. If you walk around with your equipment and you meet interesting people or meet developers, just ask them if they have any free time during the weekend, and you might be able to set up an appointment and record stuff if you want to, or just, you know, interview fun people that you meet along your journey, and it'll probably make for some good content. So I think that's the answer. I'm very long-winded.
Thanks for taking my question.
You're welcome, Miellyn, if that is your real name.
I didn't say
You never
what my name
said,
was.
yeah.
My name is Ash.
Oh, everyone is.
Okay, so what panels? We have a couple of our members doing other panels. What panels are y'all doing?
Erin?
Oh, I'll begin. So I'm hosting. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, but I did turn it into a paper airplane to throw. So now I have to open that because I realized that's where my note was. So I'm hosting the Animal Crossing Summer Olympiad. So
Nice.
the Olympics is trademarked, and so it's not the Olympics, it's the Olympiad. And we have a bunch of people from the games world, a lot of community managers and other people from the games world coming to my Animal Crossing island of Catan, and they're going to compete in a series of unfair challenges to see who is the best athlete of our islands.
That's super fun.
So it's going to be a good time. It is likely live, but we're a little worried about the technology situation, so it might be pre-recorded, but hopefully we can make it all work out. But that's going to be on September 15th, and it's 6:45 Pacific, 9:45 Eastern. So if you want to see a bunch of people in games make fools of themselves, or their little Animal Crossing villagers make fools of themselves, come on down. You'll see them struggle through holes. You'll see some King Tut trips. You'll see bug catching, perhaps. It's going to be a good time. And we will crown the Superior Island Challenger.
Nice.
Okay, so I have a lot of questions,
Yes.
so I'm going to try to keep it brief. Will we be able to see all of the players too, or only be able to see your Animal Crossing avatars?
The players' faces will be there as well. We want to watch them weep actual human tears.
Yes, good. Okay, well, that was my second question is, will we get to see actual human tears, or will we just have to see emotes? What are they called in Animal Crossing?
Reactions.
Reactions, thank you. You know, those things. How many events will there be?
A series of them. We're trying to keep it within the hour-long time limit.
Oh,
so,
right. Yeah, it's real hard to say.
So yeah, we're doing a practice round beforehand. So the ultimate list, I'm thinking maybe like 5 events, but it might be a little bit more. It might be a few.
Okay. That's amazing.
It's going to be a good time. Yeah, we're going to try and squeeze as much action into 1 hour, 60 minutes as you can stomach.
Love it. Love it. I'm super there.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds action-packed.
Awesome.
And yes, my island is called Catan. I settled there. It's beautiful. There's lots of natural resources.
Wait, one more last question. I'm so sorry. Is your house still full of only things that you've gotten out of balloons?
Thank you for that question. I do worship the balloon god. Catan is definitely required to worship the balloon god. I have done a little bit of remodeling, but the back room that is filled with wasps, because that is the symbol of the balloon god, it is still there. Of course, I cannot tear down the shrine.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that there's someone that has never played Animal Crossing that is totally just like, what is happening right now?
Okay.
Yeah, same.
That person, I'm sick. You got to play it. Just, I know. I wasn't sold either. I'd never played any of the other ones. Then I saw the huge PAX booth and I was like, okay, maybe. Then I got a Switch and I was like, okay, all right, okay. Obsessed. It is
I just have
so
like
good.
Serious beef with Tom Nook. Is why I haven't played it.
Oh, he's a total cult leader. I mean, it's not cool.
Tom Nook gets an unfair rep. He doesn't require you to pay interest back on your loans. He lets you take as much time as you need, and he helps you set up this beautiful resort on your island, this beautiful community.
Somebody drank the Kool-Aid.
He was officially appointed by the balloon god.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to have another panel about Tom Nook and whether
The validity
he is.
of Tom Nook.
Yeah. Okay, Carmen, you
Yes.
also have a panel.
I do. It's a little less high octane though. Are you interested in motion or performance capture? Are you interested in acting in video games or film? Well, lucky for you, I'm going to be on a panel, Art of Motion, Performing and Acting for Games and Film. So there are a ton of awesome performance capture and voiceover artists, as well as some folks who work on the direction and development side for games and film. And you can learn about the industry and how you can break into it. That panel will be Friday, September the 18th at 3 p.m. Pacific. And hopefully I'll see you there. And if you are interested in being a game writer, those games aren't going to write themselves, then come on down to Story Business, Ins and Outs of a Professional Game Writer. This panel will be Saturday, September 19th at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time. So if either of those tickle your fancy, then I hope to see you there. I'll be in the comments. So yeah,
that's gonna be exciting, man. That's great.
That's amazing. And we will tweet out these panels with the hashtag New PAX Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't get it, you can look us up and definitely check those out. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it should be
very
fun.
cool. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to one or more of those.
I'll definitely be at that Animal Crossing panel.
I know, right?
It's gonna be an adventure.
So Carmen, talk to me a little bit about mocap. What are you all going to talk about with that?
Well, Miellyn, I'm really happy you asked. I actually myself am not a professional performance capture artist. However, I do have a credit as a performance capture person for a VR project I worked on a long time ago. We're not going to get into it. But so I think that there are a lot of games that use performance capture to capture sort of the cinematic side of things, like big budget games like Spider-Man, Last of Us, things like that. And they also use facial capture technology. It's all really exciting and interesting things that are also used in film. So, I was able to meet some of these awesome folks, and we're happy to start to share that information with other people and hopefully get people excited about doing that more.
Can you say who else is on the panel, or is that on wraps?
I sure can. Yeah, no. So on this panel with me, the Art of Motion is going to be my new friend. Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry if I get your names wrong. Marta Svek, Mark Morceau, Tom Keegan, Susanna Rax, Bobby Coddington, and Noosh Dalal. Noosh Dalal.
Those are all amazing actors. I will vouch for every single one of them. Tom Keegan is one of the best directors in the business, and the others are incredible.
Absolutely.
Artists.
They're so top notch. So definitely come to the panel. They're all super amazing, and you'll learn a ton. So
awesome.
It'll be a good time.
I have a question.
Amazing. Yes.
Will you be rating people's facial captures and see if they've got what it takes? Can you give me a preview? Like, what about this? Like, is that good? Like, will you be like? Could you give me like a letter grade? I can wait till the panel.
I like the mime thing you did at the end.
I
I don't know if that's like a.
Yeah, you're like getting in the character or something.
But the dots wouldn't be on my hands, so.
I see. No, I'd say that's definitely BAFTA worthy. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing that at the panel, but maybe next time though.
Wait, let me ask Cissy, who actually has a BAFTA. What do you think? Do you think that was BAFTA worthy?
Listen, I'm scared at this point. She's coming for me.
Coming for you, Cissy.
Now, you didn't win your BAFTA for motion capture, right?
I did not.
Is that your
Yeah.
BAFTA on the table behind you, or is that a fan?
I think it's like my father-in-law's like satellite thing for getting. My father-in-law loves Korean telenovela dramas or whatever. I
Oh,
don't know what they're
fun.
called, but he has to have this special radar to catch them. So
Wow.
Wait. All right. I need to know about this
We'll talk
special
about it
radar.
later.
We'll talk about this off air.
I'm just very curious about what kind of radar you need to get Korean telenovelas. Okay, so we have about 5 minutes left.
Mm.
So I think
Oh,
that
good.
this
You were
is-
timing us.
I have been. Listen, I don't have an enforcer in the back holding up a sign. I have to like do it myself. Okay, no, that's not true. My husband's back there with a piece of paper. He's like, he even got one of those long sleeved shirts that says enforcer with the thing. It's awesome. Okay,
You're gonna
so
miss that this year.
Sean for president. Go.
I know.
If you know someone who's an enforcer, tweet at them and tell them we miss them and appreciate
Oh
them.
my gosh, we love the
Yes.
enforcers. They keep PAX
sure.
running. They're the ones who like really make it so wonderful and nice, and they take such good care of us. They like
Safe.
have helped me out so many times. They help us
Yeah.
pass out paper in this panel because we, like I said, we do a paper airplane flight. Normally you would get a piece of paper, you'd write your name on it, you make a paper airplane if you could remember how to do it. I always forget. Ash has to help me. And then we do a thing, and then we have to find each other. So now we only have 4 minutes left. I just wanted to have everybody have an opportunity to talk about kind of what they're working on now, maybe where we could find each other.
Sure.
Who has some projects they'd like to talk about?
I can go. Sure. So I still do a podcast. I took a little break for a while, but we've been back at it, called Rated NA. That's available everywhere podcasts are. We typically do interviews with fun, creative people, and also talk about video games and movies and pop culture and all that stuff. So if you're into podcasts and you want to listen to some podcasting goodness, I think we just recorded our like 400th episode. So check that out. I'm also
I like how
community
you're
manager.
like low key. Like I think it was like the 400th.
I think Matt actually told me, he's like, I think that one was actually the 400th episode. I was like, oh wow, it's ridiculous. Too many, guys. There's at least 300 that are garbage. dig through. 100 of them are
Hey,
good. I promise.
I've been on at least 15, so
You
those have to be great.
Those are gold. Sissy's been on at least 10. Those are gold. So the other thing, I'm a community manager for an indie game called Hades Star, which is a really fun space sim type game, which is available on PC, iOS, and Android. So I've been CM on that for a while now, and that's super fun. And working on some projects I can't announce yet, but fun stuff coming out.
What about you, Cissy?
Well, I have a whole lot of NDAs, so I can't talk about much. But Owl House is finishing up its run on the Disney Channel, and then it will be on Disney Plus. It's a really fun show, and I highly suggest you watch it. It also has the first LGBTQ character in Disney history.
In a main character role. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, in a main character role, yeah. It's a really awesome show, and people are real mad at me tonight because my character was kind of a jerk in tonight's episode.
Gosh,
but whatever.
Spoil it. I'm gonna watch it after this.
Sorry. But I'm also working on an indie called Call of the Sea, which was announced at the PlayStation and the Xbox, I think both. It's a beautiful little indie made by a Spanish company called Out of the Blue Studios. It's very Lovecraftian, and I'm not going to say anything else. And then I'm also working on another indie called Forever Ago from a German studio about a guy in his like 70s or 80s who goes on a road trip and meets me along the way, and we have conversations. And a bunch of other stuff that I can't talk about.
I love it. Okay, Carmen, can you talk about anything you're doing right now?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you can follow me at Askerneese, and you'll see updates on things I'm working on. Right now I'm working on Classified and Redacted and Undisclosed.
See, that's what I thought.
But no, I am working on a tabletop actual play show. It's called Realms and Roleplay. You'll see some of these lovely faces on there, and hopefully it'll launch sometime at the end of this year. So keep an eye out for that.
Fun.
Yes.
Those are fun.
Yes. And I will be on that show. along with Erin. So
Fun.
we'll let you know when that happens because I'm very excited. We had way too much fun recording season 1, and now we're doing season 2, and it's ridiculous. What about you, Erin? Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, whenever Realms and Roleplay launches, I'm on that. I just tweet a lot of nonsense sometimes on Twitter at It's Erin Fusco. So you can find me there and we can just be best friends because I'm open to that. And I don't know, if you want to work on a project with me, like just tweet me. Like my schedule is open. What else am I doing? I live alone.
Yeah, you're playing like 8 D&D games every week. Okay, well, we are at time. So thank you all so much for joining us. Please tweet at us and please use the hashtag #NewPAXFriends. We will be doing so as well. And we just really hope you have an awesome PAX.